Okay, so now we're back in the vehicle. We have our hanger assembly ready to go. Basically, the install is going to be exactly the same as removal. Reversed. So, once again, be very careful for the fuel level sender here. We're going to put that in first. We're going to pivot the pump down into the tank, as so. And be very gentle. You don't want to force anything. Now this is the tricky part. The rubber ring that we have here must be installed on the tank before the hanger can be set down in there, or else you will fold it. So we'll go ahead and take the fuel line and push it back under the lip of the tank, which was what stopped us from pulling the hanger out during the removal process. Now you have to hold the hanger up and install the ring around the tank, like so. Just have a little bit of patience, work it all the way around. As you can see now, clearly all the way around is installed onto the tank. What some people like to do is remove that rubber gasket and install it into the tank first. But what I've noticed is if the gasket is installed onto the tank first, sometimes when you're lowering the hanger down into the tank, you'll knock it off the lip and it'll just fall inside the tank. So now with that installed, we just basically have to find exactly where the bottom of the pump rests. There we go, right there. Just gently rock it back and forth and it'll fall right into place. And then once we have it in position, you'll notice on this side, there's basically a little hook right here. And that inserts into a slot on the tank. So once that's lined up, I can give it a little push, and it sits right back where it was. Just like that. Make sure you push firmly all the way around. Make sure it's securely pressed back into the tank. Now, before you put this line on, you must remember to put your lock ring back on. Okay, so now before you install this line, you have to remember to reinsert your lock ring. So, gently pull the line out of the way, put the ring back on, and by hand it should just screw down. You have to play with it a little bit to get it to screw on correctly. There we go. Now, basically screw it as far down as you can by hand. And then what you'll want to do is install the line before you tighten down this ring. Now the reason I do that is because it has to be hit once again, and you don't want anything to break free and get into your fuel feed line. So basically I'll just push this together. You can hear it snap right there. That means it's secure. So now this doesn't have to be extremely tight. Just want to give it a few taps here and there to make sure the ring's secure. If you still have the glue on the ring, if you can see the glue is not matched back up where it was, you don't need to try to do that. Most of the time it just does not work out that way. So the ring is now secure. We will reinstall our plug. Now, one thing about this plug, if the slider is over at all like this, it will not insert. You must completely slide it all the way out. You hear it snap? I'll do that one more time. You hear it snap all the way out. All the way out. It only goes on one way. So what you want to do is insert it firmly and then slide the slider back over. Just like that. You can see the slider pull the plug down into place. Here we go. Now, before you replace the cover and the seat, what you'll want to do is start the vehicle and make sure there's no leaks coming from around the tank or this fitting. So now that we've started the vehicle, So now that we've started the vehicle and confirmed that there's no leaks, we can go ahead and replace the caps. Be sure that this foam ring is back into position and that it does not get damaged. What you can also do is remove the ring from the cap carefully, like so. It's very delicate. Install it onto the studs, like so. And then put the cap back on. Be careful, if you see the way the wiring folds, be careful that this wiring does not get pinched. There we go. Now what I'll go ahead and do now is replace the fasteners. Alright, so I've replaced all the fastener. I've double checked everything. Next, what we need to do is replace the carpet, and it's very simple. It's probably popped back into place on you 10 times by now. Just pop that back over the little tab. Make sure it's nice and secure. And we'll reinstall the seat and we'll be done. Alright, so I have the seat now. And basically all I'm going to do is the exact opposite of the removal. I'll flip it down. In place. You want to lift up on the front, slide it all the way to the back. Now be careful of your seatbelt. Slide it all the way to the back. Make sure it's firmly in position. Just like so. And then just give it a little push down and you'll feel it click on both sides. Or hear it. There's one. There's the other. And that's it.